And everybody needs Dana Knowles, who's here this morning as well. Good morning, Dana. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fantastic.
Yeah, a little fun behind-the-scenes fact here is that my wife's dad was Dana's teacher, principal, when she was a young little pup in grade school.
Yeah, yeah. Bonner High School, yeah.
Yeah, in suburban Pittsburgh. My wife was just visiting her dad, who's 95, by the way. Wow. She was visiting him this weekend.
It is amazing. It's such a small world.
Isn't
Such as
something?
what in Lower Borough, Pennsylvania, Bon Air Elementary School. What are the odds?
What are the odds?
What are the odds?
Apparently pretty good.
I guess.
'Cause here we are.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. And you've done many things in your career. You've written a book. You've told some great stories, given great testimony. And now you're with C.C.A.P. Loaves and Fishes, among other things.
I am with C.C.A.P. I'm on the board of C.C.A.P. Loaves and Fishes. I appointed myself the official food drive coordinator because they didn't have one. And when they asked me if I wanted to be on the board, a couple years ago, Mayor Kevin Knowles, and by the way, you did not introduce me as the First Lady of Martinsburg.
Would you prefer to be known as such?
I'm kind of going to ride that out as long as I can.
Well, earlier he called you Kevin's wife.
Kevin's wife, yeah. So,
but she is Kevin Knowles' wife.
A few years ago, C.C.A.P. was having an event, and they had asked Kevin to come, and he couldn't come. So, as the First Lady of Martinsburg, I decided to go and speak on his behalf. And I got up and shared a little bit of my testimony about how in 1997, when I was getting back on my feet, I used a food pantry and how instrumental it was to just help me when the money didn't go far enough. You know, the rent got paid, the electric got paid, and I needed to put food on the table for me and my son. So, last year they called me up and said, would you like to be on the board? And I said, yes, I'll be on the board, but I'm not being president, I'm not being secretary, I'm not being treasurer. And what do you need me to do? And then I found...
They said be secretary, president, or treasurer.
Yeah, they said, I kind of, went to a few board meetings, got my bearings with what they do. Of course, many people know what they do, but what do they really do, like the ins and outs of it? And I had asked them about, do you actively go out and ask businesses to do food drives? And they said, no, they really never did that. And I said, well, that's what I want to do. And I want to be the spokesperson for C.C.A.P. because it's close to my heart.
How long have you been doing this?
Just this year, 2025.
So have you had success getting some food drives through businesses?
Oh, absolutely. P&G is doing a big food drive right now. Of course, the city of Martinsburg is doing a food drive. Colonial Nursery is doing a food drive. We're doing a food drive with the two Martin stores, the one on Foxcroft and the one on Edwin Miller.
Great place for a food drive.
Yeah, those are really the primary places. Negley Water did a food drive. So my goal is to have a food drive happening all the time, somewhere.
Have you seen, since you've begun these food drives, an appreciable increase in the stock supply?
I do not know that. I think it's a little too early. Yeah, I'm just the coordinator. So I don't see the pounds that come in. We do a report. We do it by pounds. So pounds of food that come in. So I think that at the end of the year, we'll be able to look at all the food drives that were coordinated and then have a total amount of how many pounds of food extra we got because of the active food drive.
10, 12 years ago, there was a fellow there, and I was telling you this before the show started today, that was very good at staying in touch with me about C.C.A.P. And frequently, whenever there was a need or if they had some type of fundraiser going on, was on the program. And we kind of lost touch with C.C.A.P. Loaves and Fishes over the years. So I'm glad you're involved in this because it would be good for us to stay in touch.
Well, and I think a lot of people need to know that service is either two things out there for people to donate, of course, monetary donations, but to also clean out your pantry. See what's in there. Please don't bring any expired food, though, because I know I have a lot of expired food in my. It's like, wow, this was like I've had this since 2009. I don't think I'm going to donate that. Yeah. But also,
that place closed 10 years ago.
Yeah. Also, here it's one of those really, really old ones, like from when I was young. So monetary donations, food donations, but it's also where people can come and get help if they need help. We primarily deal with non-perishable foods. Not that we don't have eggs and meat and things like that, but for donation purposes. All the meat and any other thing that has an expiration date, that's all very, very strongly monitored.
Sure.
And so, but when donating from the public, they can bring canned goods and, boxed goods, things like that.
Mr. Gilstrap?
So talk about how the system works. you donate, you bring non-perishable foods to a place, to a box, and then what happens?
Well, I do not work on that end of it. I'm not the worker bee, and we all are a volunteer. Everybody volunteers, everybody. But we, when you donate it, it gets inventoried. And then when someone comes in to get food, they get a certain amount of food per how many people are in their household. So it's very, very organized, meaning so that people do not take advantage of the system. So, we used to have it where that you had to have an ID. I'm not quite sure that stands true right now because many people don't have ID, but you have to have some form of something. So that end of it, I'm not really sure how that works.
So where is the food pantry from the user side? How does that work?
From the users?
For the people who are receiving the food.
Where do you go to get the food?
That's it. Let me get the address here. It's at 549 North Queen Street. It's a lower level of the Audubon Church. They used to be down in St. Joe's, and they moved a couple of years ago up to there. And it's open from 10 to 1, Monday through Friday.
And when people arrive, you say there's a certain amount per family. So it's a it's a pre-selected package of food that people get. They don't go to shop. I want this and this and this.
No. It's pre-selected. Yeah, they pick the volunteers pick everything out for that family or that person.
Bill, Kurt?
So Dana, have you the places you mentioned that are collecting food do they offer like an incentive for people to bring? Hey, you bring food in, we'll give you this type of issue. I know years and years ago the health department did this huge flu shot drive, and we said, hey, flu shot would be free. Just all we're asking you bring in some donations for Loaves and Fishes. Are places offering things of that nature?
I'm not really sure if they're doing that. What we give them, because we want to make it as easy as possible for businesses to put the box in there, and we have flyers and we have brochures that they can hand out to their customers. But it's really up to the business what they want to do. But I haven't heard any businesses giving any incentive for.
It's a good marketing strategy for a business to do that, and it's beneficial for Loaves and Fishes that they did something like that.
Right, like bring in so many pounds of canned food, get 10% off, something like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I haven't heard of anybody doing that. But again, we're new at this whole food drive, like going out and actually actively putting our boxes in places and finding people who want to do this.
Do you work with any of the local like big food chain grocery stores?
Yeah, we do. And again, that's not something that I'm familiar with because I'm not in the ins and outs of it. As I go on in the board, I will, every time a question comes up, it's like I go to the board meeting and I say, hey, what's this? What's that? So, but it's something that's interesting, and a lot of people don't know what C.C.A.P, what's it all about? Like, how did it start? So C.C.A.P stands for, and I have to read it because I would never remember it, Berkeley County Congressional Cooperative Action Program. And that's what it stands for. And back in 1982, there was a group of 16 churches in Berkeley County that got together and said, hey, let's pull our resources together. Let's combine our efforts and work together. And that's how C.C.A.P was formed.
Yeah. And if I remember from doing these interviews a few years back, C.C.A.P wasn't meant as a permanent place for people who needed food to go every single week to continue to replenish their supplies. This was kind of like a once-in-a-while thing that you need just to kind of get you to the next thing. Is it still that way?
It is still that way. We keep really good records of everybody that comes in. So you can't come in every week and say, hey, I need food or whatever. And again, that's a internal office. The records are immaculate. And we have to keep them if we want. We're a nonprofit. We have to keep immaculate records of who comes and what they get and how much they got and when they got it and who they are and where they live. And some of the things, there's some fun facts about C.C.A.P is, this is from 2024, we provided 5,404 individual services. We gave out 8,607 cans of soup. 411 clients were helped with utility assistance. We help with utility assistance too. You have to, I believe it happens, you have to come in, you have to have a shut-off notice. And then again, you can't come in every month with the shutoff notice, and so it's very well organized. Something else: 99 clients received work shoes to start their new job. So those are some of the other funds that we give. And rental assistance. We help 247 families stay in their homes for at least 30 more days so that they had time to recover and make some different plans. So it's not just all, primarily it's food.
Where are you getting your money?
Well, grants, donations from the community, of course, and the city of Martinsburg just gave C.C.A.P. $40,000, and $20,000 will go towards the food pantry and $20,000 towards rent.
Do they do that annually?
I don't. I think that's the money they got from the opioid.
Okay.
Opioid.
Settlement.
Yes.
Right. Gotcha.
I
Okay.
don't know that much about that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So if I want to get in touch with you listening to this program today to set up some type of food drive at my office, how do I do that?
Well, the best thing to do is call me or text me at 304-676-2052. And then the last thing that I really want to talk about is we're having our third annual Christmas concert on December 6th at the Otterbein Church at 6 p.m.
Is this through C.C.A.P. or the church?
It is through C.C.A.P.
Okay.
The church is just allowing us to use that facility. And what that is we reach out to the community and say, hey, do you sing? Do you play a musical instrument? Would you like to come in and perform in front of the audience? And so we have about 12 or 14 performers. I think we have one spot open still. Mm-hmm. We like to keep it around 12 or 14 because each performer comes in and does 2 songs. And they're either Christmas songs or, spiritual songs, something really nice. And they get up there and they perform. And it's just really nice. It's really a nice Christmas, way to start off the Christmas season, December 6th.
It's 2 months and 5 days till Christmas.
I know.
It's pretty close.
I know. I should have been here a while ago.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying how close it is. I'm not. Yeah, you're fine.
I'm fine. I'm
Your
good.
timing's great.
So, I mean, I know that a couple I believe we're in a barbershop quartet, and they only do 2 songs. So the groups are very, very small. It's only maybe one person or maybe 5 or 6 people because there's a kind of a quick, like they get down off stage and somebody else gets up on stage.
Do you have to buy tickets to go to this?
You don't necessarily have to buy tickets. You can just pay at the door, $20 a person.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
And that's one show only.
Mm-hmm. One show only, 6 o'clock, December. And it's on our Facebook page, of course, C.C.A.P., the C.C.A.P. Facebook page. And, it should be a really good time. It's our 3rd annual, so it brings in, and of course we're looking for sponsorships as well to, we have the sponsorships aren't huge. I think it's, $800, $500, $250, and $100, and you get, mentioned in the flyer and on social media and
all that good stuff.
All that good stuff. Yeah.
Very good. So, do you volunteer any other boards too?
No.
Do you? This is just sole focus.
No, no, I don't. No, I've been on many boards, and for me, I have to be very particular about what boards I'm on. I want to be on a board that's an active board. Mm-hmm. There's nothing more frustrating to me than to have a board of 8 people and 3 people are doing all the work. Mm-hmm. And so before I got on the board of C.C.A.P., I really kind of investigated them, and we have a very, very active board.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Let's talk to Dana, the entrepreneur, here for a moment. Are you still involved in that?
I'm involved in too many things.
Because if I remember, you were active. You were actually like kind of coaching or training.
Yeah,
inventors.
Yeah, how to license their products to companies.
Still doing that?
Yep, I'm still doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. So what does that entail right now?
That entails I manage a group of 5 people. I reach out to mega companies, and basically I'm saying, hey, I have a client over here that has a product. Maybe they have a patent, prototype, all that. Are you willing to look at it? And I just introduce the product to the company, and then we will deal with negotiations on behalf of the client. So, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. I love it because inventing is in my life. It's always been in my life.
And you invented a shower curtain caddy.
Shower caddy.
Yeah. Is that still being sold?
No, it's not. It had a good run for 5 years. There was a couple knockoffs from some foreign companies. Mm-hmm. You really can't do anything. A patent is as good as a patent is. A patent gives you the legal right to go sue somebody if they knock you off. And that you can get up into the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, 2 other companies are selling the same exact product on Amazon. The company I licensed it to went bankrupt in 2024. So my shower caddy on my end just died a slow death.
Sorry.
Yeah. You know what, though? This is how I look at it. I did it. I took an idea from my head and I got it out there into the world. And mine was the only shower caddy of its kind. And if somebody knocked it off, I had to look at that like that was a compliment.
So what did the patent protect you from if someone could knock it off?
It was, I actually didn't have a patent on it. That was probably a mistake. I probably should have got a design patent on it, because if you put something up on Amazon and you have a design patent, Amazon will fight a design patent or get, because you can see it. The design is what you see. The utility is how it functions. So I should have gotten a design patent on it, and then I could have went after Amazon to fight. But I didn't, and oh well.
Lessons learned.
Yeah.
Do you recommend it to the people that you know are working with to try to get people together?
I share my story with them about what I would have done, and again, it depends on the product. If the product has a lot of utility to it, function to it, you probably want a utility patent. If it's the design of the product that makes it work, maybe you want a design patent. We're very, very at the job I have, we're very, very leery about giving any legal advice. Because we don't want somebody to turn around and say, well, Dana said I need to do this. So I usually share my experience with them of what I should have done, or what I could have done.
Well, there's some pretty good ideas out there for
Oh,
inventions.
there's amazing ideas out there.
What kind of things are catching your attention?
Let me think. There's a really cool dog bowl. Like, how can you reinvent a dog bowl?
Right.
Right? But it's like amazing that people come up with these ideas. So it's a cool dog bowl. And then probably some of the other ones are.
Well, what makes it a cool dog bowl?
I can't tell you that.
It's not at market yet?
No. We're pitching the product for.
Oh, I see.
We're pitching
Okay.
right now. We do surgical products. We have a surgeon that created a product to suck blood when they're doing surgery, and we're pitching it for them. Like, well, you have to clean out the blood while you're doing surgery.
Sure.
And I said, well, I don't know anything. And it's sometimes that can be a little difficult, because if you bring a product to us and we're not familiar with the industry. Like surgery, I've had surgery. I've never performed surgery. That we have to really, read a lot of articles and understand the language and the lingo and all that before we start reaching out to these major medical companies.
So are you working with patent attorneys to take the next step with your clients?
No, the client's responsibility is to work with a patent attorney. We're just the middleman. We're the client does all the work, whatever they need to do. They come to us, they apply, we look at it, we make sure all their ducks are in a row, and then we start reaching out to companies on their behalf, presenting their marketing material to them and talking with them. Because many inventors don't know how to talk to these. Like, I got into a multi-billion-dollar medical company a couple of weeks ago, and the regular inventor doesn't know how to go navigate through that conversation. So
I had a very good friend of mine in college, was a pharmacy student and worked as a pharmacist. And a couple years into his pharmacy career, he invented a way of handling needles that took the danger out. This is still during when AIDS was a big concern. That took the danger out of people when working with needles. And he got it patented, and it took off. And he made millions. Many millions.
Some of our clients make millions.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes a long time, though, to make those millions. The next product that comes into mind, simple product. How to open up ketchup packets.
Isn't that what your teeth are for?
They are, unless you have braces, and then you have a hard time.
True.
That's something.
You have braces?
I have braces. Yeah.
Oh, hey, good for you.
Yeah, I got braces 5 months ago.
Did something get hurt?
No, when you get old, your stuff just starts to
Yes.
shift around.
and then you lose
Yeah.
those braces and you get the glued-in retainers.
Yeah.
The
No,
rest of your life.
my one tooth on the bottom started to shift out, and I went to Dr. Queen and Whitney, and I said,
Isn't she
what's up with that?
Isn't she
they're
wonderful?
I've been going. I said, what's up with that? And she's like, you're old.
Well, she didn't tell me that.
She said, well, what they say, well, you're at that age. And I looked at Invisaligns, but braces I'm not that dedicated to wear Invisaligns. That was too much work. You stick the braces on, they're on there. So
They did work for me.
Yeah, they're shifting really good, but.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
How long?
I've had them for 5 months. They said 18 months, but I don't think I'll have them that long. I don't think so.
Your decision or theirs?
No, their decision. Okay. But you know what? My teeth are shifting so fast. The tooth that was sticking out's already back. They're moving everything around, and then they put it all back together again. So I think I'll probably have them about a year.
Amazing what they can do, eh?
It's amazing to watch your teeth move. I keep taking pictures, like every couple of weeks. So I have this whole timeline of last 5 months. It's amazing.
My toes are curled so tight right now.
You know what? They don't hurt, though. I don't know. Everybody's like, oh, they hurt. They're going to hurt. They're going to hurt. When they adjust them, they're tender. You can't. There's
Day
certain
or
things
two,
you
and then-
can't. There's certain things you can't bite. Like right now, my bite's a little bit off, so there's certain things I can't.
Are there things you can't eat?
Steak, I have to cut it up in little baby pieces, and stringy things. Like, well, I ate something the other day, and I said I'll never eat that again because it was like. And then there's the whole flossing thing and the cleaning thing, and when you go out to eat, you got to. And I'm running in the bathroom, and I'm in the bathroom using a water flosser. Don't mind me. I got braces, and everybody's cool about it. You know, they're cool.
Well, a good friend of ours a couple years ago, she got hit by a bicycle courier. Ran her over. And
Oh, that's not funny.
Oh yeah,
That's not funny.
She got busted up, had to get her jaw
Yeah.
fixed, and she had to get braces. And her husband chased because he was going to keep going. And her husband chased the guy down, tackled him basically because it was going to be like a courier hit and run.
Wow.
Yeah, but she wound up with adult braces too. It happens sometimes. What are you going to
Yeah.
do?
No, I get a lot of compliments on my braces. Like, oh, good for you. You know, good. That's taking care.
You got to do what you got to do.
This is how I look at it. See, at my age, I'm 64, right? Young 64, but at 64, it's like there's certain things I cannot control.
Yeah,
But if I can control it, as far as health wise,
Sure.
I'm going to do it.
you got to be smart.
Yeah.
I've got a minute left. You have to promote your C.C.A.P. Once again, the food drives and your concert.
Well, if you have a business out there and you want to do a food drive, please contact me, Dana Knowles, 304-676-2052. If you need some help with C.C.A.P, stop on in Monday through Friday, 10 to 1. We'll see what we can do for you. And if you want to attend the Christmas concert, also December 6th, 6 p.m., Audubon United Methodist Church.
And if I want to drop off some food,
C.C.A.P Loaves and Fishes, Monday through Friday, 10 to 1.
Dana, good to see you again.
Good to see you, too. Thank you for asking me to come in.
Please stay in touch.
I will.
We're always willing to help C.C.A.P. Loaves and Fishes.
I absolutely will.
And to hang out with Dana Knowles.
First Lady.
First lady.
Have a good day.